Good morning students, hope you all are doing well. Today we will study about some questions of matter in our surrounding, that is the first chapter of your chemistry which you have already done. These question answers you will do in the copy and you will learn as well. First question is, why do we see water droplets collected on the outer surface of a glass containing ice cold water, right? Answer, sometimes we see water droplets on the outer surface of the glass containing ice cold water, and this is because the water vapor present in air on coming in contact with cold glass of water loses energy and gets converted to liquid state, which we see as water droplets. You know that whenever you are keeping the water bottle outside the fridge, and because the room temperature is more than the fridge definitely, so you will see after some time the water droplets are there on the water bottle. So why these water droplets collected there? Because the air which is in room, when it strikes to the wall of the bottle, right, the surface of the bottle which is very cool, it loses energy and gets converted into the liquid state, and that you see as the water droplets. Next question, explain why solids have fixed shape but liquids and gases do not have fixed shapes. You know, solids have the particles very close to each other. They are very compactly arranged. So that is why the solids are rigid and have the definite shape, whereas in case of the liquids and gases, the intermolecular forces are not too strong, and because the particles are loosely packed here, they are loosely arranged, and that is why they do not have a definite shape. So the answer is because of the strong intermolecular force of attraction in solids, the particles are compact and thus solids are rigid and have a definite shape, whereas in case of liquid and gas, the intermolecular forces are not that strong, due to which the particles are loosely held and can move. Hence, they do not have a definite shape. Next question, why is it advisable to use pressure cooker at higher altitudes? You know, at higher altitudes, the atmospheric pressure is very low, and because of that, water boils below the boiling point. Right? At the lower temperature, it starts boiling. And if pressure cooker is used, the pressure cooker stops the boiling of water at the lower temperature. Otherwise, if pressure cooker will not be used, the food takes lot of time to be cooked because the water boils at lower temperature, that is below the boiling point. What are the fluids? Those substances which can flow, right? Or you can write which have the tendency to flow are called fluids. Gases and liquids comes in the category of fluids. Next is, why is water liquid at room temperature? This question you have done in your NCERT exercise also. Water is liquid at room temperature because it has the freezing point 0 degree centigrade and boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. So what is this? You know that room temperature never goes to 100 degrees Celsius and to 0 degrees Celsius. So that is why, because you know that at 0 degrees Celsius water is solid, ice. At 100 degrees Celsius it is in gaseous state, that is water vapor. So always the room temperature remains in between, even if you see the cold weather or the hot weather, then also it doesn't go beyond these temperatures. Like if you see in the summer season, then also it is like 45, 48, this much will go. And if it is extremely cold temperature in room, then also it goes the minimum temperature to 8, 10, right, like this. So it remains liquid. Cotton is solid but it floats on water. Why? Because you know that cotton has large number of pores, and these pores have air, these trapped air inside, and because of the air, its density reduces and its volume increases. Remember this, right? And therefore cotton floats on water, but as soon as these pores will get filled with water, it will sink. Next question, why are solids generally denser than liquids and gases? Solids are generally denser than liquids and gases because solids have the particles closely packed. Right? Denser means you know that solids have the high density. So the solids have the particles which are closely packed, and because of that they have the more mass. You know that the formula of density is mass per volume. And in case of the liquids and gases, they have a bit of freely moving particles. That is why they are not that much denser. Next question is, how is the high compressibility property of gas useful to us? You know that gases can be compressed easily and they have the high compressibility. And how this is useful for us? You know that in some situations like LPG is the liquefied petroleum gas, and this is a fuel everybody knows, everybody has in this gas cylinder LPG, right? So this is a fuel and which is made up of the petroleum gas, and on compressing this petroleum gas it forms liquid. That is why it is called liquefied petroleum gas. Next is oxygen cylinders in hospitals, right? These oxygen cylinders also have compressed gas filled in it, and in the same way CNG that is used in vehicles, in that also it is compressed natural gas is filled. CNG is the compressed natural gas and it is a natural gas, that is methane, and which is compressed and used as a fuel in vehicles and at home. This question, with the help of an example, explain how diffusion of gases in water is essential. You know that aquatic organisms always breathe in oxygen through water, which oxygen is dissolved in water. So the gases from the atmosphere diffuse and dissolve in water, right? And these gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide diffuse in water and are essential for the survival of the aquatic animals and plants. You know that aquatic animals and plants take these gases through water only, and animals breathe in this oxygen dissolved in water for their survival, and plants can use carbon dioxide dissolved in water for the photosynthesis. Next question is, on a hot sunny day, why do people sprinkle water on the roof or the open ground? This is again a reasoning question, important. So when people sprinkle water on a hot and the dry roof on a sunny day, water evaporates, and when it evaporates, takes energy from the ground and the roof and the surrounding, and you know whenever the energy loss is there, the cooling is there. Then that is why the evaporation of water causes a cooling effect, because the large latent heat of vaporization of water helps to cool the hot surface. Always remember, whenever evaporation takes place, the cooling takes place, right? So when the water is sprinkled on the ground or the roof or on the roof, then the water evaporates. The roof is hot, ground is hot. As you sprinkle water, this vaporized, right? And because it takes energy at the time, and when energy loss is there, the surface gets cooled. So that is why the roof or the ground gets cooled and you feel cool there. Why do people perspire a lot on a hot, humid day? You know what is the perspiration? How do we perspire? That is sweating, right? So this is it's excretion of the fluid by the body that evaporates immediately and thereby serves as a means to regulate the body temperature. You know, due to the sweating, we regulate our body temperature, right? The sweating helps us in regulating the temperature. On hot, humid days, water evaporates slowly, right? Thus, more of the sweat is retained and therefore we perspire more during hot, humid days. Next question, a balloon when kept in sun bursts after some time. Why? A balloon when kept in sun, it bursts because the outside the temperature is so high, and due to that the kinetic energy increases, and the molecules of gas particles which is filled inside the balloon exerts a pressure, right? Because of the increase of the kinetic energy due to the hot weather outside, it increases and it exerts the pressure on the balloon walls, so it will continue to expand, and there a stage comes when the balloon will burst. Next question is, pressure and temperature determine the state of a substance. Explain. You know that a solid can be converted into the liquid and then to the gas by decreasing the pressure and increasing the temperature. You have done the activities also in that. So every state of matter of any substance is stable at a corresponding pressure and temperature. So if the temperature and pressure will remain same, the state will be same, or the stable you can say. So thus the temperature and pressure determines the state of a substance. But if you will increase the temperature or decrease the pressure, or you increase the pressure or decrease the temperature, the state of the substance will be changed. Next question, explain giving examples the various factors on which the rate of evaporation depends. You know these factors are temperature, surface area, humidity and wind speed, right? Evaporation increases with the increase of temperature. Evaporation increases with the increase of surface area. Evaporation decreases with an increase in humidity, and evaporation increases with the wind speed, right? You know that whenever temperature is more, evaporation takes place faster, right? Your clothes dry up in the hot weather fast, but if you will not spread the clothes, you will fold it, then surface area will be less, clothes will not dry up. So when you are spreading the clothes, means surface area is more, so that is why they dry up easily. So you can understand by such kind of examples, right? Humidity, you know that in humid days evaporation decreases. As you know, if you are using the coolers which keeps your room cool, so you know that panel of the coolers have some grass, and in that the water, these remain wet because of the water, but in the dry weather this water evaporates and you feel cool in the cooler. But if you are sitting and cooler is switched on in the humid day, then what happens? Because of the humidity, the evaporation decreases. Why does it decrease? Because the environment has a capability of hold up to an extent the water vapors. So it cannot hold beyond that. Wind speed, definitely if wind speed will be more, the evaporation will be more. That's all for today. You will do this all work in your copies, and please send your work for correction, because some students are not in the habit of sending the work. So please send everybody your work so that the work can be checked in time. Thank you. Have a good day.